ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ. ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ಬಂದಿರೋದು ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ ತಂದಿದೆ. First of all, I would like to thank my lovely son, Suresh, who is a very responsible individual and he has taken care of so many things in my life. That is the reason I could spare more time with Lionism. Chief guest of today's installation of Vice Governors and Cabinet presentation, me Rabu. So, I always find it difficult to pronounce your name. Abu Samra, sorry sir for that. And his Samra's spouse also is here. Yesterday we received them at the airport. He is such a humble person. I was very happy to receive him yesterday at the airport. Past International Director Krishna Reddy, Past International Director Vamshidhar Babu, my good friend, multiple council chairperson Raj Shekaraya and his spouse Prema, my co-governors B.S. Nagaraj from 317F, Brito from 317B, Krishna Gowda from 317G. Now I would like to share my happiness that the guest of honor of today is none other than my favorite bowler, international cricketer and international referee SRINATH. I would recall my association with him for a short stint when he used to stay near my house and he used to jog in the mini forest park every day, and I used to wave at him and also talk to him sometimes. Probably he may not remember me, but I would like to take him to that memories back. So he is here today. Our IPDG Dr. Srividya, my good friend, first Vice District Governor Mohan Kumar and his spouse again Prema, second Vice District Governor, another lovely person in our district, Dr. G. Mohan and his spouse Sharda Mohan, past multiple council chairperson of 317A, past district governors 317A, past district governors of other districts, a GAT team, RCs, ZCs, DCs, fellow Lions on 1st July, and I will be ending my term on 30th June. During this period, I would like to inform you that I will be seeking high cooperation from all the members of our district so that we can reconstruct our district and make it one of the best districts in the multiple. I joined Lionism in the year 2011. My home club is Lions Club of Vaishnavi. I had to face many challenges when I took over that club, which was in doldrums because loss of membership was there, and I could rebuild it because few of my friends, now the district cabinet treasurer SRINATH is here, Venkatesh and a few others helped me out to make this club a very popular popular club in the district, and now our club is consecutively in the top 10 clubs of the district 317A. So I have faced challenges in my own life and learned lessons from it and overcome the challenges, and ultimately I was successful in building up whatever I had lost. One more thing what I learned from Lions is leadership. It gives a lot of scope for leadership in the Lions organization, because the Lions organization is a structured organization. anything you do, it is very systematic and there is a lot of scope for leadership, friendship and also fellowship. And wherever I have been in any organization, I used to aim for the high position in the organization, dedicate myself and be committed to any organization so that my commitment will definitely at least help the organization to be a best in the interest of the society. Mostly I am looking into the organizations who are serving the society. And as a district governor, I am standing here because of the love and affection shown by the Lions of District 317A, as well as the members and my friends in 317G when it was many of them are here today. I'm happy from Mysore. Because of them, I had to earn this position as a district governor. And also I recall the support of my family, especially my wife, spouse, Vimala Suresh, Supreet, my daughter-in-law Reshma, and of course my grandson Krish, who are very cooperative at the house and spares me from any problem at the domestic level. The last 2 years, I have undergone a lot of trainings from the All India Schooling and other schoolings which has really helped me to groom as a leader, and it has helped me to plan the goal very. Because of this, I was able to build a strong team in the cabinet. We have a very strong team in the cabinet. It is named as Team SAI. SAI means service, action and involvement. These are my goals. We have to serve, take action, involve ourselves. Only then we can achieve something. That is why I was named it as SAI. And coming to the district governor's vision projects, you all know that we have donated 3 dialysis machines today to Bangalore Kidney Foundation. It will be installed at Kanakpura town at a hospital known to our club member and region chairperson Anita Prasad, who happens to be the classmate of her. There is an ICU facility at that hospital because dialysis is not an easy thing to be safe unless you have all the facilities provided by us. And our doctor at Kanakpura has promised to take care of the 3 missions. He has provided space for that. And I have also informed my clubs to donate 750 rupees per dialysis, which will go to a poor patient identified by Bangalore Kidney Foundation. Bangalore Kidney Foundation, I have been associated with them for the last 10 years through my other organizations. Every month we support 30 to 40 dialysis to that organization. About membership, this month we started on a very low note. We had 2,119 members. I am glad to share with the support of all the clubs when I gave a call that whoever adds 5 members from 16th July to 31st July, I had great support from the clubs and we were able to add 300 members in just 1 month. Now you know the potential of the president, secretaries and other members of the... Because of this potential, unless you motivate them and support them, definitely they will come to your rescue and see that our district grows leaps and bounds. And our GAT team is working very hard, and our GAT leadership, GLT coordinator Venkatesh is very supportive. He has already helped me out to complete schooling for the RCs, ZCs, presidents and DCs also. We had a very good schooling sessions. And then the membership, when I come to talk about membership, our GMT coordinator line K. Venkatesh on a everyday basis. He is in touch with me, he is in touch with the clubs. That has definitely helped us to increase the membership. As on today, we have a positive growth of 240 members. We are number one in the multiple as of today. I really thank SL Venkatesh. Anyway, it is Venkatesh. It has helped our district to grow in membership also. And when I talk about service, I have no words to express the hard work, dedication and commitment by our district GST coordinator, Gayatri Girish, who toils day and night in helping clubs to upload the service activities. See, now you can know how many activities are done by our clubs. Only thing is, of the previous years, we were not taking it seriously and not uploading the activities. I am not boasting of it. Any district for that matter, if they are after the club presidents and secretaries and request them to upload the activities, definitely they will do. Many of them, they don't know how to create a password. So that is very important. Unless the passwords are properly created and the methodology of uploading the survey activities are taught to them in a right way, it is not a difficult proposition also. So I wish all this growth, what we have achieved in just a month, will sustain for a longer period. And at the end of 30th June 2024, I would like to hand over my reins to my first district governor, who is my good friend and also supportive in helping me in the membership on a good note. And when I talk about Lions Club International Foundation, we were able to mobilize.
Build the house, please. First of all, the International Director Lion Samir Abu Samra, spouse Lion Hauda Savaya Abu Samra, all the district governors, past, present, and the future. When I came here, I had a bit of inclination about Lions Club. That was, my father was a lion. And then my mother was also lioness. So my thought while I was sitting there, what happened to lioness? Lioness has disappeared. And I was wondering, is it because lioness rhymes with less? Have the lioness rebelled? Then my doubts were clarified by Mr. Krishna Reddy sitting next to me. He said, no, that is path of growth. Earlier there was no growth when they were lioness, but now that we have made them the lioness, or lions, so they become governors and they move forward and they grow as well. That's a women empowerment, fantastic. Going back to my experience as, with the Lions, it used to be Fridays, and my dad, my late father used to, take, we used to, one or two, we are four of us, so one or two, and I used to be the common factor all the time. That's because, as an youngster, I'm talking about 19 years, when I was 12 or 13 or maybe even less, whenever the gong went on, that's called for dinner. Okay, so that was probably one of the biggest attraction for me to attend Lions Club. The other one was, the services, what has been going on for ages now, was about visiting the hospitals. We used to go and, as kids, carry some apples and bananas, and then we used to go to every bed and then distribute these fruits. Then we used to go to schools and give them pencils and books. Now things have changed. I think our economy has propelled in the right direction. A lot of big things are happening. Congratulations on that one. In the field of health, in the field of education, I mean, the service is unparalleled. I think it's appropriate to talk about Rotary as well, because they are also doing a wonderful job in this area of social service. I have a couple of things. My experience with the charities, directly or indirectly, we've been pulled into this, and voluntarily I have been part of a couple of charities over a period of time. In the field of education, I'm sure, medical, the eye care, the speech and hearing, and I'm sure there are many things that, Lions and the other associations have achieved. In the field of education, I'm very passionate about the charity. I was invited by a charity called OSAD, which is run by American software engineers and the Rotary, many of the Rotary clubs, and all of them build infrastructures, and that is good. They go to the villages, they find the government schools, and they give an upliftment to the schools, they upgrade the schools, they give everything. Now that is fine, I think that is also needed, but I think we also need to go one step further, and that is transfer of knowledge to the kids. I think that is one area where I have been working passionately in my own way to make sure that the kids get the right kind of education. Infrastructure is one step, but I think we also need to focus on how do we make the kids study, especially in the rural areas. How do we bridge a gap between the rural and urban areas? So for them to sit in a classroom, make it more interesting. And we all know, some of the schools, the way it functions is not enough. I think that's the shot in the arm, what our rural school needs. And I'm sure, from my point of view, that, a lot of work should happen, and that will always be work in progress. And I request the Lions today to think in that direction. And if you think in the direction, I might probably converge at some point to make sure that that will also be a good success. And as I said, this is work in progress all the time. But when we say charity, some of the charities are very touching. I had an experience, when I was a bona fide student, engineering student in Mysore, Vijaya Bank employed me. So a bona fide student cannot be employed in a regular bank. I mean, there was a bit of a conflict. Anil and myself, we were a little scared that, what happens if anybody gets to know. So there is a guilt factor. That's typical middle class upbringing, and we always want to be right. We were paid a salary of 1,800 rupees or so. Somewhere down the line, you want to do something to somebody. I mean, those days, 1,800 rupees was a lot of money. I'm talking about 88, 89 times. There was this a cook somewhere. The mother was a hard-working cook, widow. Her daughter joined engineering when I was in the third year. So somehow or the other, the connection came, and they said, look, this little girl has joined this college, and she needs some help. So I said, look, it is very embarrassing for me to go and say, okay, I am the one paying this 300 rupees. Then we said, all right, I think I can share this 300, part this 300 rupees to this lady, to this girl, and I think she can probably go. Now this is again, that 1,800 rupees was so heavy on me because I was not a bona fide. I mean, I was a bona fide student and I could not be employed. So these things keep running in our mind sometimes when you have few value practices. So this girl was staying in a hostel, and she finished her degree, and I paid for India, and I was able to afford little things like that. By the end of her engineering degree, she got employed in Kirloskar. She came up with a note, and that note contained the way she spent the money from year 1 till the final year. She had saved money almost on every month. And, she came and said, look, whoever has paid this money, I'm indebted to them. And I don't know how to really, give back. Then I finally met that girl and said, look, this is a cascading effect. And she told me that She went to America post that, and now she supports nearly 20 to 25 girls. Now, charities like this, I think, it is. I mean, we are in a place where you all like-minded people got together to help the society. I mean, these kind of stories moves people, and I think we need to keep our eyes open to look for the genuine people who needs charity. That is also a problem. I mean, there are so many people, you never know. I mean, it can go in the wrong direction, these charities. So I think the effort should be there to find the right one and to help the right one, and that will have a cascading effect over, across the society. With being in this auditorium today, next to being part of the NIMANS, the second area where I feel that we as society need to contribute is the mental health of the people. We are living in a very competitive world. A lot of things. I mean, people are educated, not so educated. All of them are likely to be, having issues mentally, which we might not know. Once they come to these kind of events, once they become part of these kind of groups, I think that depression and so whatever the mental health issues that can diminish. We need to be part of this kind of society. So it is very appropriate for me to speak here and also, help people to join such lions and, group of people, working, doing service for somebody else. I think isolated people needs to be pulled out. I think that is one of the responsibilities that we all have. So serving others is God. I think it's already been described by many good people. My short speech is for 7 minutes. I think I've exceeded that already. We're able to build fantastic infrastructure for Karnataka cricket. One good thing about Mr. Tallam is that we started on a very wrong note about fighting. And once the trust was built, I think he's a gem of a man who really took us forward with his financial management. Thank you, Mr. Tallam, for that. I think this is probably the best platform for me to acknowledge your great work for the cricket, and that is also a service. I think Lion is one, dimension of, serving people. I think we need to take public responsibility where there is risk. We got to take this responsibility. I think we should not shy away from responsibility. You will probably, if you keep your eyes open and if you are ready to take risks, there are plenty of good things that we can do to the society, and it will impact in a much better way. And I would leave it to you to think about what will be the right thing, and it's not me telling you what to do. If you keep your eyes open, you will make the right moves. Thank you very much for inviting me here today.